Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? My name is Steven, and welcome to Matrix Fight Night Press Conference. And as we know, it's been a pretty challenging year for all of us, but hey, you know what MFN said? The show must go on. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our panelists for the press conference for today. First off, I'd like to introduce fitness fanatic, the backbone of Matrix Fight Night, and the force to reckon with. Ladies and gents, please welcome the multi-talented Madam Ayesha Shroff. Up next, not only is she passionate about mixed martial arts, but she's also a fitness freak, if I may say, and she's got a punch to pack on, so do not mess with her. Please welcome the future of MMA in the country and the integral pillar of Matrix Fight Night. Please welcome the one and only Krishna Shroff. Coming up next, this gentleman is a strong supporter from the Dubai Sports Council. Please welcome Director of Sporting Events, Mr. Khalid Ali Alawar. Next up on the panel, this man has extensive years of experience in the world of mixed martial arts. He's also the first Indian to represent the country in the MMA world. Please welcome Director of Operations of Matrix Fight Night, Alan Fernandez. Next up on the panel, he is a former competitive bodybuilder and a lawyer. His aim is to grow the authority into a greater and more successful organization while maintaining high levels of the sport. Please welcome GAMF President, Mr. David Cox. And last but not least, hailing from a lineage of mixed martial artists, he has been integral in initiating mixed martial arts in India and is an integral part of Team Taken Indians to compete around the globe. Please welcome World Kickboxing Champion, Daniel Isaac. So now, before we actually go on to the press, I'd like to open up a couple of questions. First off to Mr. Khalid Alawar from Dubai Sports Council. The sport of MMA, kickboxing, boxing, combat sports as a whole is growing here in Dubai. What are your thoughts about it?
Well, first, it's always good to see you one more time, third time in a row. I guess fourth, fifth, and this is the sixth edition that's been hosted in Dubai. Not only boxing or fight, MMA events has been growing in Dubai. In fact, if we look at the 2020, go back to 2020, it was one of the most busiest years in our calendar, in our agenda. Approximately 20% of the total number of events been growing. This year, we passed the 20% already. So we are assuming that more than 700 events we will reach by end of this year. Out of that, good percentage of the events goes to MMA, fights, and boxing, which for the past 2 years dramatically went up. Almost every month we are having not less than 2 events, which says one thing: the demand is big, the awareness in this region is for this type of sport is growing. And we are here, glad, and I believe we're going to have a good show tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Khalid Alawar, once again from Dubai Sports Council. Now, I got one more question towards Ayesha or Krishna. Shroff, first of all, good afternoon. How are you both doing today?
Very good, thank you.
That's awesome. Now, my question is, as we all know, in the sports of MMA or combat sports in general, it's a male-dominated sport. Now, what are your thoughts about having women for MMA? Like, how do you see that coming in?
For you? No.
Anyone could answer as you like.
Well, we would love to have more women fighting for MFN. It all depends on the talent that we're able to find, and we are certainly on the lookout. But for right now, I think the women's bout tomorrow is going to be a very, very exciting one, and seriously looking forward to that one. Thank you.
Thank you. Krishna, you want to add something else, or all good?
I think my mom summed it up pretty well. We're super excited. I think we have two, savages on this card. Definitely one of the bouts I'm most excited about.
Awesome. Love that one. Savages. Looking forward to it. Now,
In the nicest way possible.
Yeah. Last question for Alan Fernandez. First of all, congratulations once again. MFN 6 back here in Dubai. Is this something that you look forward to like doing every now and then here in this great city?
MFN 60? Yeah, I mean, the plans are always there. The plans are to elaborate on what we are already doing for the fighters, and it's hats off to these fighters that they put the effort to be here, and the effort is showing, the world is watching, and not too far that the world will look up to these fighters and probably want them to do some sort of cross-motion fights, and that's what we are building them up for. And hopefully they realize that soon and keep their game up, and we're going to elaborate on MFN a lot more than that.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Now let's move on to the press. If you got a question, please raise your hands up, and we're going to give you a microphone. First question, please. Just raise your hands up. Yes, sir? All right.
So, my first question is to Krishna. How does it feel to be the only female promoter in all of South Asia?
It feels as awesome as it sounds. Just being able to take this amazing sport forward, not just in my country, but now globally as well, with the support of Dubai Sports Council is, something I'm very proud of. Above all of that, just being able to be surrounded by these amazing, inspiring, motivating athletes is such a blessing, They say you're as good as the company that you keep, and mine's top-notch.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any more questions, please? From Jared, I think. You got a question? Yes, sir.
My question is to Ayesha, ma'am. Ma'am, intellectual properties and formats are making a way in form of leagues and in form of Grand Prix all over the world in combat sports. Does MFN hold some sort of ideology like that format in the future? Do we see some kind of different kind of sporting event?
I think we, as MFN, we love, respect, and appreciate the sport of MMA in all its purity. And the first aim of this organization is to keep it as pure as we possibly can. But yes, in terms of formats, it's unlimited. And this lockdown has shown us that it's not just about what we can do live, but what we can do online as well. And there are so many opportunities out there. But what we want to do is share all these opportunities with our fighters. Because first and foremost, MFN is here for the fighters of our country. And we have always said that we are an Indian promotion promoting Indian fighters. But that doesn't mean that, we're going to continue having fights within our own Indian community. We are trying to build up our boys into mega stars so that organizations, promotions from all over the world contact us and say, hey, your fighters are insane, please, we want them. And then we will make the terms for our boys. We don't want to go there as second-class citizens because our guys are incredible, and we have seen the growth over the time since MFN 1 to 6. We have seen the growth in all of them, and it's been the most exciting thing for me to see personally. And I want to make sure that all these guys and girls now get all the opportunities internationally as well. And on that note, I would like to say that, it's a two-way street. Everything's a two-way street. And as much as we're giving to our fighters, I would like to let them all know, not the guys just sitting in the room here, but all over India, whoever's watching us, I want to put this message out there that give us your best, okay? Come with what best potential you have, and I assure you, the world is waiting for you, and a big pay packet as well. So it's going to be based on merit from now on. The pay packet is going to be based on merit. We want to take it to the next level, but you've got to show us what you do in the cage.
Very well said. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, next question, please. Just raise your hands up. Yes, sir. Mr. Rahul, microphone, please. Thank you.
My question is to Ayesha, ma'am. Ma'am, do we get to see MFN merchandise in the market soon for all the MMA and MFN fans in the country?
Absolutely. We've got incredible inquiries already, so why not make the most of this, you know? So I would like to have our fighters wearing MFN merchandise, not Invincible merchandise at the end of the day.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
As fans as well, they should be wearing the MFN merchandise.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a huge demand for it, so we are definitely going to cater to that demand.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. I'd like to reserve my size XL for t-shirts, please. All right, moving on. Any more questions? Just raise your hands up for our friends in press. Thank you.
So my question, either Krishna can answer or Ayesha ma'am. We spoke about an all-female card. Do you think if we're able to find the talent, that's something we could consider doing in the future, like other promotions in Asia have done?
Yeah, absolutely. Although we're now introducing international fighters to our cards, I still want to stay true to what MFN stands for, which is, we wanted to give our Indian athletes a platform. So as soon as we're able to scout enough talent, from India to represent on that card, then I don't see why not, because our women, are just as capable as the men.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I'd like to put up a question for GAMF to either Mr. Daniel Isaac or Mr. David Cox. Now, how proud and happy is GAMF to be supporting global promotion like Matrix Fight Night?
We're super proud. We put the global in the global Alliance of Mixed Martial Arts Federations, and we're happy to be the sanctioning body for this fight. We've done that for years now, and we'll continue to do so. We are so proud of that, and we think that this is going to move forward in a way that no one can expect, in a good way.
Awesome. Looking forward to that one. It sounds really awesome. Care to add some words, Mr. Dan Isaac?
I think there's so much more that goes into an MMA show apart from what happens in the cage. And as GAMF, we're honored to be responsible and part of just a little bit of that behind the scenes. We're definitely proud of being associated with MFN. We're so thankful to Dubai Sports Council, through whose authority this entire event is happening. And I think this is the perfect combination for a success story with mixed martial arts.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right. We're going to take at least one or two more questions for Rahul. Yep. Microphone, please.
My question is to GAMF, Daniel Isaac, and David Cox. Now, we're living in COVID times. It's tough to pull up an event, especially during the COVID. So what precautions and what other measures have you taken as a sanctioning body to ensure that everyone's safe?
As the sanctioning body for international MMA, it takes a lot of support from the promoter themselves. And so we are blessed that this event is being held in Dubai, just because from the first day that as we step in at the airport and at every point, every checkpoint, all you see is safety protocols. And because the safety and health are number one in Dubai, that's the reason why we as GAMF are able to enforce all of those things. So again, I said, the combination is great, the team is excellent, the authority through Dubai Sports Council gives us that freedom to do it, and that's why we're able to make this happen.
Coach Dan, if I may, could I request you to elaborate a little bit on the new plan you have starting MFN 7 for the weight cut?
Thank you, ma'am. This has been something that's been in the works behind the scenes. We've been pushing to get this new policy enforced, and with the support of my colleague, Mr. David Cox, we were able to actually get this approved by the GAMF board, that starting from MFN 7, each of the fighters, the moment they sign a contract with MFN, they will immediately be informed to the GAMF authorities, and from that day onwards, all the fighters will be allotted one of the GAMF officials who will be supervising their weight cut from the day they sign the contract. So fighters are not going to be allowed to do their weight cuts the way they want. We do not want health risks by fighters cutting big amounts of weight in shorter amounts of time. And so what we plan to do and enforce from MFN 7 is to make sure that all fighters who will be given a diet counseling and they'll be monitored through their weight cut, they will also be given a weight target So whatever their weight is, they'll be given a specific weight target. When they arrive at the hotel, they will be weighed in, and if they do not make that weight target, they will be fined by GAMAF. So that way, all fighters understand the seriousness and the discipline required in the weight cut. So we're doing this to enforce responsibility, as we are the MMA authority across the world, but we're also doing this for the safety and the health of the athletes.
Thank you, Coach Dan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Okay, we got one more last question. Yes, Jared.
My question is to Alan. Alan, you've been a part of MMA since its inception in India. Year on year, you've seen how the technical aspect of the fighters has grown, what they've grown it from 2010 till date, and now you're part of the biggest promotion in the country. And for the past 4 events, for the past 6 events, it's just getting better. Give us a hint, or give us your thought behind putting a smashing fight card like you always do in every event.
Well, we've been blessed and to have, first of all, these fighters on our roster. That's the way to go with it. The evolution of their technique only translates to the number of fights these fighters get. I mean, you can't expect a machine to work very well if it's not run properly. So I think the same goes with these fighters. The number of fights that they get, which they weren't getting in the past, we won't talk about other promotions, but I'm just going to say that through MFN, we've been giving them that platform, and I hope they do realize that this platform is probably the biggest in Southeast Asia now. So with this platform, that they understand that they can elaborate on the technique, they can improve on the technique, and I'm sure if you have seen the rushes of the show, if you've seen the trailers and the stories on our social media, what the fighters are actually doing. So we don't have to explain to a fighter what a triangle is. They can explain to the others what a triangle is. The olden days, the guys would just squeeze their legs and say, scissor mar, scissor mar. And today it's a triangle choke being defined. So it really shows how we've grown. And regarding the cards being surprising, the December one, wait for it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think our whole ass, the very last question for the press conference. Can we get a microphone, please? Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. So now we know that MFN 7 is in December, correct?
Yes.
I let it out.
Great. So, with each and every event, MFN is getting bigger. So my question is to Alan. What about the feeder events? How do you pick talent? Do we also plan to do a talent hunt, or maybe some MFN sanctioned feeder events wherein we can pick talent for the big fight nights?
Yeah, so we had a plan. It's still in place, and everything is going the way it is going. Thankfully, unfortunately, to COVID restrictions, we couldn't do much in public places, and we couldn't have public gather at one place. So I'm saying it now, we are thinking of starting something which is called MFN Juniors in association with IMA. Juniors does not mean kids are going to fight. Juniors means the guys who are going to be seated up to MFN senior platform, which is you guys. So yeah, you got your work cut out, all senior fighters. The juniors are coming your way. So up your game, because there's a big new breed coming to take your place.
Great, thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. Now, last for Mr. Khalid Alawar from Dubai Sports Council. How excited are you for tomorrow's fight night?
Well, as the gentleman over there mentioned, that MFN has been growing, and I mentioned earlier, we were fortunate to host MFN for the first time in Dubai, MFN 3, and comparing 4, 5, 6, comparing 4 and 5, I'm very much confident that 6 will be even bigger than what I saw in MFN 5, which clearly showcased the dedication of the team. I would like to also add what I saw in MFN 5 and what I've been seeing in the past 1 week since we started our meetings with Alan. The dedication and the seriousness of implementing and applying the safety precaution protocols just to make sure that everybody at the location, they are safe, which is, thank you very much, guys. That means the amount of dedication you guys have.
Thank you.
Safety is the most important thing in in any kind of event, not only in fight. Those days back in 2020, it's been tough days. The whole the way we live has been changed. The way we look at things, the way we approach things. Now, safety, health came the number one, the most important thing, the top priority for, I believe, everybody. But we are all fighters, the whole world. We fought, we passed this stage. Now I could say, with things are getting better. Yesterday we've announced there are certain areas that you are not, you have the freedom not to wear your mask, certain areas, which gives us a very good indication that in the coming few months, we hopefully gonna go back to our prior, the way we used to live in back 2019. Excited for tomorrow. Let's have a good show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you know what he's saying? It's showtime, right? So come on, everybody, make some noise. Give a big hand to our panelists. If you don't have your tickets yet, get your tickets now because it's almost sold out. Right? Now, coming up next, it's time for the face-off. So we're going to have our fighters face off here in front. So first off, let's start it out. In the blue corner from the featherweight division, Drew Sean Harry. Yes, all right, and now it's time for the big boys, welterweight division. Seth Rosario versus Satyajit Changma. Come on, everybody, let's give it up. Next up, in the lightweight division, Srikant Sekhar versus Satyajit Changma. Beat Raj.
Get ready to fight. Get ready to fight.
You got a fighter, ladies and gentlemen, as a catchweight once again. Sandeep Dahiya, Amit Raj tomorrow night. And now let us move on to the co-main event of the evening in the featherweight division. First off, Jackie Gallot. And his opponent, Sanjay Budwar. Video purposes, everybody scream MFN 6. All officials. Okay, now officials, please.